I did the same thing to my sister-in-law that she does to my son. My brother Jake married this woman named Lisa 3 years ago, and she has this really annoying habit of treating my 12-year-old son Danny like he's about 5 years old. Every single family gathering, she talks to him in this baby voice that makes me want to scream. Last Sunday at my mom's birthday dinner, Danny was telling everyone about this robotics competition his school team won. He was so excited, explaining how they programmed their robot to complete these complex tasks. The kid is seriously smart and loves talking about science and technology, but Lisa kept interrupting him with stuff like, "Oh, that's so cute, Danny. Did you have fun playing with your little toys?" And "Wow, big boy, you're getting so smart." She was using the same voice you'd use with a toddler who just learned to tie their shoes. Danny's face turned red and he stopped talking completely. This is a kid who builds computers for fun and reads high school level books, but Lisa makes him feel like an idiot every time she opens her mouth. The worst part was when Danny mentioned he was saving money from his lawn mowing jobs to buy new parts for his gaming setup. Lisa laughed and said, "Aren't you adorable? Maybe mommy and daddy will help you count your piggy bank money." That's when I'd had enough. Lisa works as a dental hygienist and takes herself very seriously. She's always bragging about her professional certifications and how important her job is. So when she started talking about this new procedure she learned at work, I saw my chance. I turned to her with the biggest smile and said, "Oh wow, Lisa, you learned something new? That's so exciting. Good job, sweetie." She looked confused, so I kept going. "Did you remember to wash your hands like a big girl? I bet your supervisor is so proud of you for being such a good helper." Everyone at the table went quiet. Lisa's face turned bright red and she said, "I'm a licensed professional, not a child." I gasped and clapped my hands together. "A professional? Wow, you're like a real grown-up now. That's amazing, honey bunch." My brother started laughing despite trying not to. Even my mom was covering her mouth to hide her smile. Lisa finally snapped and said, "Stop talking to me like I'm 5 years old." I tilted my head and said in my sweetest voice, "But sweetie, I thought this was how we talk to family members. Isn't that what you do with Danny?" The whole table went dead silent. You could hear the clock ticking in the kitchen. Lisa just sat there staring at me while everything clicked in her brain. Danny looked up from his plate and said, "Yeah, that's exactly how she talks to me every time I see her." Lisa's face went from red to purple. She tried to defend herself by saying it was different because Danny was just a kid. I asked her what was different about treating a 12-year-old like he was in preschool versus treating a 30-year-old like she was in preschool. She couldn't answer that question. My brother finally spoke up and said, "Lisa, you do talk to Danny like he's way younger than he is. The kid's in 7th grade, not kindergarten." The rest of dinner was pretty awkward, but Lisa didn't say another word to Danny in her baby voice. When we were leaving, she actually apologized to him and said she didn't realize how condescending she'd been sounding. Danny looked her right in the eye and said, "Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate you treating me like the almost teenager I actually am." At our next family dinner 2 weeks later, Lisa had a normal conversation with Danny about his robotics team. She even asked legitimate questions about how the programming worked. Danny spent 20 minutes explaining artificial intelligence concepts to her, and she listened without once calling him cute or adorable. Sometimes you have to give people a taste of their own medicine before they realize how bitter it really is.